Stop what you are doing right now, because if you drive in the UK and you have not checked your driving license recently, you could be sitting on a fine that is about to hit you completely out of nowhere. We are talking hundreds of pounds, points on your license, and in some cases, your insurance becoming completely void. The DVLA has been making changes quietly, and most drivers have absolutely no idea. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 critical changes that are catching drivers off guard every single day, and by the end of this video, you will know exactly what to check, what to update, and how to protect yourself from fines you never even saw coming. So stay with me, because this one could genuinely save you a lot of money. Let me start by telling you something that shocks most people when they first hear it. Your driving license is not just a card you shove in your wallet and forget about. It is a live, legal document, and the moment the information on it stops matching your real-life situation, you are technically in breach of the law. The DVLA expects you to keep it updated, and they have been cracking down harder than ever. Enforcement has stepped up, data sharing between government departments has improved, and the excuses that used to slide are not sliding anymore. So let us get into it. The first change that is catching drivers out is all about your address. This sounds so simple that most people roll their eyes when they hear it, but listen carefully, because this is one of the most common reasons drivers end up with a fine of up to £1,000. Yes, £1,000, just for having the wrong address on your license. Under the Road Traffic Act, you are legally required to notify the DVLA within a certain period when you move home. Your driving license must show your current address at all times. Now here is where it gets more serious. The DVLA has increasingly been cross-referencing data with other government databases, including the Electoral Roll, HMRC, and the DVSA. So if you have updated your address with your bank, your GP, or HMRC, but not with the DVLA, there is a paper trail that does not match, and that mismatch can flag you. Beyond the fine itself, if you are ever involved in an accident and your license address is wrong, your insurance provider could use that as grounds to challenge your claim. You could find yourself uninsured without having done anything else wrong. Updating your address with the DVLA is completely free and takes about 5 minutes online. There is no reason not to do it, and yet thousands of drivers are still getting caught out every year. The second change involves medical conditions and health updates. This is a topic that makes people uncomfortable, but it is one of the most legally important things we need to talk about. The DVLA has an ongoing duty to ensure that drivers on UK roads are medically fit to drive. When your health situation changes in a way that could affect your ability to drive safely, you are legally obligated to report it. This includes conditions like diabetes that require insulin, epilepsy, heart conditions, vision changes, sleep disorders like sleep apnea, and even certain mental health conditions. The rules around this have been tightened, and the DVLA now has stronger communication channels with NHS trusts and GP surgeries. This does not mean your doctor is reporting you without your knowledge, but it does mean that if something comes up during a hospital stay or a specialist referral, there are pathways for that information to feed back into DVLA systems. If you are diagnosed with a notifiable condition and you continue driving without informing the DVLA, you could face a fine of up to £1,000. And more critically, if you are involved in any kind of accident, your insurance will almost certainly be void. The consequences go far beyond a fine. You could face criminal charges for driving while unfit. If you are unsure whether your condition needs to be declared, the DVLA website has a full list of medical conditions that must be reported, and your GP can advise you. Do not guess on this one, check it and be sure. The third change is something that many younger drivers and new license holders completely miss, and it relates to the photocard renewal deadline. Your photocard driving license, the physical card with your photograph on it, expires every 10 years. The license itself, meaning your legal entitlement to drive, does not expire in the same way, but the photocard does. And here is the thing that trips people up. You have a legal obligation to renew the photocard when it expires. Driving with an expired photocard is an offence, and while you might think nobody is checking, that is changing. Police checks, insurance verification processes, and even some employer compliance checks now flag expired photocards. The fine for failing to renew is up to £1,000. Beyond the legal risk, there is also a practical issue. If you are ever stopped and your photocard is out of date, you could face delays. Points could be added depending on the circumstances, and your entire journey might come to a standstill. Checking your expiry date takes 10 seconds. It is printed on the front of your card under Section 4B. If it has passed or it is coming up soon, get the renewal done straight away. It costs £21.90 and can be done online in minutes. Do not sit on this. The fourth change is one that hits people at very specific life moments, and it revolves around name changes. If you have recently married, divorced, changed your name by deed poll, or changed your gender identity and updated your legal documents accordingly, your driving license needs to reflect that. This is not just a bureaucratic nicety. Driving with a license that does not match your current legal identity can cause serious problems. It can create issues with your insurance policy if the name on your policy does not match the name on your license. It can cause delays or complications if you are stopped by police. It can affect your ability to use your license as a form of ID, which many people rely on, particularly if they do not hold a passport. The DVLA has made the process of updating your name and title straightforward, and in most cases free of charge, particularly if you are updating due to marriage. You simply send in your license along with the supporting document, such as your marriage certificate, and the updated license is issued to you. The fine for not keeping this updated sits alongside the same framework as other license inaccuracies, and more importantly, insurers use name matching as part of their fraud detection processes. An inconsistency between your policy name and your license name is a red flag that can affect your claim. If your name has changed, sort this today. The fifth change is perhaps the most overlooked by experienced drivers, and it is about the categories and entitlements listed on the back of your license. When you passed your driving test, certain vehicle categories were automatically added to your license. Over time, some of these categories have age restrictions, some expire automatically, and some require renewal or a separate test to retain. For example, if you hold an entitlement to drive minibuses or certain larger vehicles, those entitlements have expiry dates tied to your age and health declarations. Drivers approaching the age of 70 face a compulsory license renewal process that many people are not prepared for. At 70, your license expires automatically and you must apply to renew it. After that, it must be renewed every 3 years. The DVLA does send reminders, but they go to the address on your license. So, if your address is not up to date, as we covered earlier, you will never receive that reminder, and you could end up driving on an expired license without knowing it. Additionally, if you obtained your license before June 1990s and it is still a paper counterpart, that paper counterpart is now completely obsolete. The paper counterpart was abolished in 2015, and if you are still relying on it for anything, it has no legal standing. Your entitlements now live entirely on the DVLA database, which you can check at any time online using your national insurance number and the document number from your photocard. If your license categories or entitlements are not what you expect, if something looks like it has lapsed or does not appear, you need to contact the DVLA directly to have it investigated and corrected. Now let us tie all of this together because there is a bigger picture here that is worth understanding. The DVLA is not the only body watching. Insurance companies are increasingly using automated checks that pull from DVLA records at the point of sale and at renewal. Employers who rely on drivers are running more frequent license verification checks. Police have handheld devices that can access live DVLA data within seconds during a roadside stop. The era of assuming that nothing will be checked has passed. The infrastructure is there, it is being used, and drivers who have been coasting on outdated licenses are finding that out the hard way. The good news is that fixing every single one of these issues is straightforward. Most updates are free. Most can be done online in a few minutes. There is genuinely no reason to leave yourself exposed. Pull your license out right now, or if you do not have it with you, check the DVLA online portal using your details. Look at the address, check the photo expiry date, make sure your name is correct, look at the entitlements on the back, and think honestly about whether there are any medical changes in your life that you have not yet declared. That 5-minute check could save you a £1,000 fine, protect your insurance, and keep your license intact. The DVLA is clear that ignorance is not a defense. Not knowing about a rule change does not protect you from the consequences of breaking it. That is exactly why videos like this matter, because the information is out there, but it is buried in government guidance that most people never read. You watching this right now puts you ahead of the majority of drivers on UK roads who have no idea these rules exist or that they apply to them. One more thing worth mentioning is that these changes and their associated fines apply to provisional license holders as well, not just full license holders. If you are a learner driver, everything we have discussed here applies to you too. Make sure your provisional is accurate, up to date, and reflects your current address and name. The bottom line is this: a driving license is not a one-time thing you deal with when you pass your test and then forget about for the rest of your life. It is a living document that has to stay accurate, and the cost of neglecting it is too high to ignore. 5 changes, 5 areas where the rules are being enforced more strictly than ever, and 5 things you can fix today without spending more than a few minutes online. Go and check your license. Share this video with a friend or family member who drives, because I guarantee at least one person you know has an issue they do not even know about. The more drivers who are informed, the safer and fairer our roads become for everyone. And if you found this useful, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. I cover everything from DVLA updates and motoring laws to insurance tips and road rules that actually affect your daily life. This channel is built for drivers who want to stay informed, stay legal, and stay protected. Subscribe to my channel today and join a community of drivers who take their responsibilities on the road seriously. I will see you in the next one. Sonnet 4.6 Claude.